What's up guys, it's Matt Collins-Jones here, also known as the D365 Geek, and today we are talking about Power Automate and the CDS current environment connection, and we're going to look at the action, which is the create a record action. So create a record is exactly as it sounds. You can trigger a flow and create a record. There are some things to be aware of in terms of lookups, which I'm going to briefly mention, but I'll cover lookups in a different video, but we'll go through all that. So let's take a look at it. So I'm in Power Automate. I'm actually in a flow that is in a solution here. This is the only way you can access the current environment triggers and actions. And I've got a current environment trigger here, which is the only trigger when a record is created, updated, or deleted. So the trigger condition is create or update. The entity name is accounts. The scope is organization. I'm going to run as a trigger and user. So next we're going to click on new step. Then we're going to type into the search bar common data service as well. And we're going to choose this one. So this is the one where you have to hover over. I think it's slightly brighter than the other one. Other than that, there's not a lot of details other than this one says service and this one says service, and Mrs. the Ian says ... And then when you hover over it, it says current environment. So if we click on that, we then get our list of actions. The one right at the top is create a new record. So the first thing it's going to ask me for, instead of like the organization or the environment that we're in, it's actually going to ask me for the entity name. So we're going to choose, let's choose accounts to make this nice and easy. So select accounts, and if we give it a second, it'll then go off, it'll find the schema, and it'll bring back all the fields and all the field types. So then we can see we have a list of fields it's pulled back. So pull back the first few, but then I can click on show advanced options, and I can find others in here. And I've got all the different fields. So we do have things like lookups, not lookups, like booleans. So do not allow bulk emails, yes or no. So we've got those sorts of things. What else? Industry, is that an option set? Industry is an option set. So we have a list of option sets that we can choose in here. So we can choose financial for this, for instance. We can populate some information in. So let's give it a name. Let's call it great name test. And then what we'll do is we'll add an expression in, and we'll use UTC now. And we'll add that in as well. So yeah, no, it is valid. Just put it in there. There we go. So the account name is going to be test, and then UTC now, and that's all we're going to put in. Now I did say we can put lookups and stuff like that in here. So I think one of the ones at the top, primary contacts. This is a lookup field to the primary contact. So this is slightly different from the other CDS actions, whereas when you put a lookup in, you just put the GUID in. This is actually requiring you to put it in a slightly different format, which I'll cover in another video. It's just to be aware that it's not just the GUID, you need a little bit more than that. I'll cover that in the next video. So once we're happy, so we've got our name, which is test UTC, we say it's in the financial industry, we can test this out. So we'll hit test. I'll perform the trigger action, and we'll save and test. So I'll wait for that to begin. I'll switch over to my Dynamics environment. I think it's running. There we go. So if I switch back over to the Dynamics environment, so the trigger was when any of these are updated. So I'll choose Matt's Awesome Company because it's awesome. And maybe I'll update the phone number, and I'll hit save and close. So I've updated that record now. So what we should see in a minute is a test record being created with the name. There we go, test, and then the UTC. So it's currently 14th of April, the day after my birthday. And I can see we've got this information in here. I don't actually know where industry is. Oh, there's industry. We can see this in there. You can also see it has set some default fields as well. So we didn't need to specify those because those are usually default when we create the record anyway. So it just pulls through what would be created by default in here. If I go back to the run, I can see that it's run successfully, and we can see what we've done here in this. So it is a little bit different from the other action. So I'm going to cover the there we can see. This is what I mean. So the OData ID is what we kind of need to specify when we talk about lookups. So we're having to specify the record and then the do it after that. So this is actually pulled that back. So this is what I'm going to cover in the next video. But I hope this was useful to get you into the CDS create a record trigger. Let me know what you guys are using this for down in the comments below. If you did like this video, please like and please share it with your friends. It's always appreciated. If you've not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you next time.